So, a world without books? Well, the Japanese have certainly encouraged the growth of a purely visual culture. They've led the world in everything from television and video to interactive computer games. And as they become cheaper and more available, people of all ages are entering into this obsessive world of visual fantasy. Technology, originally designed for space travel and the military, is now part of the growing field known as computer leisure. It merges the lines between fantasy and reality with implications we don't yet understand.
Yeah, I mean, if you can call a game where you slash the hell out of someone art, then yeah, I suppose you could call it a sort of art form.
There has been recently a real quantum leap in the power capabilities of the computers in terms of graphics and sound capability. And that's what's powering the market now, and that's why there's been a kind of like a rebirth of interest in computer games, because they are much, much more powerful than they used to be.
Sort of the youth generation that are using entertainment software are that much more visually and stylistically aware than sort of they have been in the past.
Good games, they make you want to play more because they're so more lifelike. Shouldn't be allowed, really, should it? Distracts me from work.
I mean, you have to bear in mind that the games, to be successful, have to sell around the world now, and to get a really good, top-notch, top-quality computer game, you're really talking about a team of people working on a project.
Like, people ask me for sound effects, and so I sample the sound effects and play about with it to create items like. And also the music, I can pick and choose which tune I want to play back immediately. I don't have to root through any tapes or anything. I can just do that. When the phone rings, at the moment it's just games which I'm making a living at, but people like Midjour, etc., are using exactly the same computer as me. So if I just got a bit better on the musical side, perhaps I could take a step up.
You can manipulate images in a number of different ways, and the computer will do it for you, such as you can take an image, cut areas of it out, paste them over other images. You can reduce or enlarge certain areas of the screen. Like so. You can then rotate them. I shouldn't have actually done that. Sorry.
I think that computer game design and writing already is an art form in its own right. That there are literally hundreds of designers, just sheer designers, working all over the world on computer game graphics. They design them and draw them just like a designer would draw anything. And then the other members of the team, the programmers, convert those graphics and those designs, those pieces of art, into computer games.
It's too fast and you can't actually see it. You got too many.
To take those out, you delete with F, takes those out. Okay. There are direct relationships between the work that I do with computer graphics and sculpture. I think in terms of, if you're working three-dimensional, just the idea of form, or the way that light reflects off form, can be translated into two dimensions. And I suppose that would give me an understanding of how that operates by actually physically making three-dimensional objects.
You know, Some people have been putting on rubber masks and parading around pretending to be synthetic. This means fewer jobs for you and me, and we're going to put a stop to this right now. When I'm elected, synthetic parts will go to synthetic actors.
I don't think it's anything new, what we do. We just do it better than most people.
During a recitation by their poet master, Granthos the Flatulent, of his poem, Ode to a Small Lump of Green Putty I Found in My Armpit One Midsummer Morning, 4 of his audience died of internal hemorrhaging, and the president of the Mid-Galactic Arts Nobbling Council only survived by gnawing one of his own legs off.
But the involvement of Douglas Adams in adventure games was a very good thing for computer games. I mean, Douglas Adams got involved in computer games firstly as a computer enthusiast, a games player. No, I don't think it will be a one-off. I mean, I think that things are merging, and science fiction writing and thinking, and computer game thinking and design are quite similar. They use similar themes. I don't think that will be a one-off at all.
Thus begins the odyssey of America's greatest hero, Rocket Ranger.
Yes, Abstract Concepts, they're a publisher, a software publisher. Their concept basically is to develop games which require a lot of in-depth thinking, and one of the products they brought out recently was called Mind Fighter, where you take the role of a 11-year-old boy who foresees a nuclear holocaust in Southampton, and then you wake up and your main task is to try and warn the world that the Holocaust is going to happen and try to avoid it from happening.
Red alert, red alert, red alert.
You crossed my line of death.
You haven't dismantled your MX stockpile.
Pakistan is threatening my border.
That's it, Buster. No more military aid.
Nuke 'em. Get them before they get you. Another quality home game from Butler Brothers.
I don't think we'd really want to associate our personalities with our games, really. Kids who play the games are more visually demanding of what we produce, in terms of the fact that we're always competing with not only what is produced on the machines which we work on, but more directly in what they can play when they're in amusement arcades.
Simulation games are very popular now in general. They're kind of like more complex. I mean, in Falcon, for example, you're there, you're flying a military jet fighter, and all the controls are very similar. The company went to great lengths to make it as near to the real thing as possible. And you're actually there. You're flying a jet fighter, and you've got the MiGs coming at you, and you're shooting them down, or they're going to shoot you down. And it's very real. It's really exciting. It's good fun.
Sunnyvale did confirm a good deploy.
Copy.
5, 4, 3, 2, mark.
It's kind of funny, when you get involved in a simulation, you kind of forget that it's a simulation. You
tend to mentally think it's the real thing, and you're thinking about it, your palms start to sweat, and you get nervous just like it was a real thing.
When you see films like Star Wars and things like that, you know, you used to see the spaceship zipping through space, you know, it sort of simulates that. You know, it's about as close you can get to flying a spaceship or an aircraft or whatever.
You can lose yourself in the game, especially if you've been next door in the bar had a couple of drinks. So it's not too bad. It's a hard game to play though. It costs you a lot of money.
If we look at the way computers have developed in a reasonably short period of time, from very simple, you know, sort of 1 to 4 colour computers, you know, sort of within this decade, through to the computers which are now going into the home, which, as I've said, can have over 4,000 colours on screen. If we take an exponential view of the hardware developments, it's only going to be a few years before we're capable of doing some really quite awesome things.
I guess, well, in the far-flung future, you will actually become a part of the game.
I don't know, maybe something that's interactive. You know, they won't actually have the game, you just put on a helmet and go and fight something in a room or something.
Gotcha, Creepo.
Do you really want to play? Now we'll see who's boss.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't you in bed yet?